we define gut health as the quality and permeability of the gut lining. Remember, the gut is the closed tube that goes from your lips to your anus. It should be a closed tube, and if you're eating real food, it will be a closed tube. We want that lining to be strong, and the best way, one of the best ways to ensure that is to be amply hydrated. Now, with regard to gut health, we're going to look at the microbiome. And so the microbiome exists all throughout the gut, and it is the living organisms, fungus and bacteria, that live inside of our bodies that are separate from us that help us digest. Bad things happen, suboptimal things happen when the proportion within our gut of good bacteria, probiotics, to harmful fungus and bacteria exceeds, say, 85% good guys, 15% bad guys. And if you know what to look for with regard to dysbiosis, dysbiosis is the medical term for when that proportion is out of balance. And if you know what to look for, sad fact is most Americans have dysbiotic guts. And when the gut goes, the whole cookie starts to crumble. So just eating real food is arguably the greatest preventative healthcare tactic that we could ever leverage. And like I said, this week we're going to talk more about the physical and this revolutionary act. It's not about losing 10 pounds. It's about setting yourself apart as a sovereign man. It's about drawing a line in the sand. It's about making a distinction between just because something is normal doesn't mean it's not insane. And the way people eat in this country is insane. And just because it's common doesn't mean it's natural. And if you look at the health afflictions that are common in this country or in this era, really, just because they're common doesn't mean that they're natural. And most of them are tied back to what we eat. So we're fed by a for-profit industry that deteriorates our health and then shipped off to a for-profit industry that prescribes us medicine for the inevitable symptoms of eating fake foods. You know, I'm a health professional, so I study health. And if you're responsible for looking after somebody and helping them get better, and they tell you what's wrong with them, and you don't ask them what they eat, then you're not a health professional. You're a drug dealer. And so the doctors of today, they're not evil, you know, it's just that the nature of their education is such that they focus on the symptoms that are the inevitable consequences of living out of balance. But they don't teach people how to live in balance. They teach people, or they prescribe medication that numbs people out to the inevitable consequences of their poor choices. So we want to remove ourselves from that. We don't want no fucking parts of that. And so you have to draw a line in the sand and say, okay, it has to be kind of hardcore. It really does. Like somewhere down the line, of course, you know, maybe you have a piece of cake at the kid's birthday party, or, you know, you don't have to hold so tightly to this stuff. But for a period of time, it is recommended you just eat real food with no exceptions whatsoever as a revolutionary act. Think like William Wallace type shit. Like that's the energy that can fuel you here. Again, it's not about, you will lose weight, you will look better, you will feel better. But if you want to lose a couple pounds, look a little better, feel a little better, it's not very motivating. You have to contact this real revolutionary spirit, because you'll be encouraged at every turn to poison yourself because it's normal. But you have to really just make a strong determination that that's not how you get down. It's not who you want to be or how you want to be. Now, look, there's a way to do that, of course, without alienating people or making them feel bad for what they're doing. You can be sovereign within yourself without ruffling other people's feathers. You know, that's not always appropriate, but you don't have to betray yourself to fit in. You don't have to poison yourself to not upset somebody. That's insane. Just because it's normal doesn't mean it's not insane.